Now let's move on to putting some reverb on the snare drum. We're putting it on the top mic only. That's just a choice. You can put it on top and bottom. And we're putting a Lexicon 224 via bus send into an aux track. Here's our Lex 224 reverb. Great classic sounding reverb from the late 70s. Here it is dry. And we'll pull it back to around there. Some extra controls available up top. If you hit this open and close tab, that's standard. When you hit the open tab, you've got some input gain, output level, and so on. I tend to like to drive the input gain a little harder like that. Hit the reverb hard. Now in the program section I have chambers selected, but you can choose rooms, plates, halls, whatever you want. Now part of the way you adjust reverb time in the Lex 224 is with the mid and bass reverb sliders. It splits it up into those frequencies. Over here is the pre-delay. Let's listen to that. I'll push it way up. Almost like an echo. So what I'm doing is putting a very short pre-delay on. Let's push this up. This is just a quirky way this reverb works with the bass and mid reverb time. We'll dig further into that later in this series. Now we'll push up the treble decay. You can really hear the reverb. Obviously that's too much. We'll pull this down nice and tight. We want that snare to really pop. Has to punch through the mix too. Let me pull it down for you. It's dry. Let's put it in the mix. You can still hear it through all the other instruments. That's good. That's what we're going for. So you're missing it when you pull it down. There we go. And we'll go back just to the drums. Let's just isolate the snare for a second. You can hear it sound small on its own, but that's not what matters, as long as it's good in the mix. So we got it working nice now. We got the snare going into a chamber with a little pre-delay, pushing the input gain a little bit. That's the Lexicon 224 on a snare.